101.7 WFNX, Ames acoustic session with Mumford and Sons. Thank you again, guys, for doing this. Really, really appreciate it.
It's a real pleasure, actually.
And, oh no, go ahead.
Well, this is very nice. This whole place.
It's an amazing hotel.
Yeah.
It's, like, I want to live here. I want to move in here. But let's talk about your album, Sigh No More. I think of it this way. Every music movement has an album where Britpop wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the Stone Roses' debut. Grunge wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Nirvana's Nevermind. And you guys in the UK have really put folk back on the map. And it's an album that, like, I feel like it's at the beginning stages of being, like, held up there as, like, an album that sparks a movement. When you made this album, did you expect any of this to happen?
No, and I think we disagree with you quite passionately as well about starting anything, because we don't feel like we've started anything. I think we feel like we've taken in a lot of what other people were doing around us and what people did way before us, and had an idea of what we wanted to do, but it wasn't. I don't think we want to claim, I don't think we ever want to claim like some sort of pioneering role in music, because I don't think that's not what we want to do, and not really what we feel is right, because there are too many bands around us as we were just forming as a new band that were leading the way in different areas. And I don't know, I think we did what felt natural to us, but at the same time what felt natural in the kind of climate that we were in, and the idea of some sort of movement that we're heading up just doesn't sit very well with us.
So maybe starting was the wrong word. Maybe you know, putting back on the map, I should have said. But it's, what are some of these bands that you're talking about? What are some of these influences that you had going into recording your debut?
There are so many of them, and they're not exclusively folk. I don't even know. I don't think, well, we don't really feel like we're a folk band exclusively as well. So it's just kind of like, the way that we see what's happened is that we got together and we just started playing some songs.
Yeah.
And that's what we're still doing. And there's been no kind of big surge or movement or the bands around us who have inspired us, who maybe rock and roll or electronic or more of the singer-songwriter like edge stuff, but it's kind of, it's a mixture of everything, you know?
Yeah.
We all love listening to different types of music, and I think that's fair to say about most people in life. Like, we're just like everyone, really. You know?
On the same note, I think we were in different places at the beginning of 2007, and by the end of 2007 we were all in London together, which is when we started our band. And the time when we started the band, I don't think I've ever been surrounded by or close to such a high percentage of high quality artists musically. Like, there were people that you probably have never heard of, like JJ Pistolet and Alan Pownell and a guy called King Charles, and people you might have heard of like Johnny Flynn and Laura Marling and Knowing the Whale. Those guys were all around at the same time, and we really got inspired by all of those people. And you know, some of them are still going and some of them aren't. But you know, I think that was we were very lucky to be in the right place at the right time, like seeing these amazing bands and artists performing, and some of whom we would play with and kind of get started in our musical lives, or at least this chapter of our musical lives, because we all were playing music all our lives. But so, like, I was living in Edinburgh at the time, and there was nothing like the same amount of people who just completely inspired me musically as there were in London when we were there. So I think we probably should qualify what we say with that.
Well, I just think what you guys do is excellent. And again, thank you for doing this. And would you mind playing another song for us?
No, of course.